so happy to see Amrita Bahal here. She and I started Pondicherry together. And she and I coined something uniquely while on an Indigo flight when I got the order to be, direction to be the Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry. She and I flew together. And I told her, you got to come with me. So we were on the flight together. And guess what? We started thinking, what is the mission statement we're going to give to Pondicherry? And together, we thought of Prosperous Puducherry. Both of us, called PP, Prosperous Puducherry. And the moment you give a mission statement to an institution, you work around it. So even before I landed in Pondicherry, she and I, we had given a mission statement to Pondicherry. What's your mission statement? What is the mission statement you have? What is the mission statement of you people, your school particularly?
Higher, stronger, brighter.
Speak it loud.
Higher, stronger, brighter.
Wow. My mission statement of my Sacred Heart School, Amritsar, was Excelsior. One word, Excelsior. See, the mission statement, you start living and moving around it. So she and I together coined the word Prosperous Puducherry. So I'm so happy to meet her again. I want to thank the entire Goenka family for having actually come home personally to invite me in. Otherwise, I would say, बहुत दूर है, इतना दूर निकला नहीं है. लेकिन बहुत दूर है, but the way I was convinced to, and the warm invitation I received, I'm very, very grateful to the entire Goenka family. Your husband, your father, your son, and all the brothers-in-law and sons-in-law and daughters, all involved in this family. So I'm so happy to see the abundance available here of the expanse of facilities available for all those parents who aspire to send their children, hoping for the best education they can get. I'm sure world in future will produce lots of Goenkans to say, we are there, this is where we were, and that's where we belonged. So thank you so much for this opportunity. By the way, friends, I've heard Smriti Irani. I've heard Mr. Irani, Bomani. I've heard him also, Boman Irani. How? I was driving down to your institution, and my office hand next door, she clicked it on, and we switched it on. And I was amazed to what Smriti said. I want to thank her in her absence for her very kind words for me. Very generous of her. It's not easy. It's not easy for people to be remembered in absence. हाँ मैं बैठी होती तो कहती किरण बड़ी चंगी है तो वो अलग बात है. But मेरी पीठ पे कहना और पसंद करना उस तरीके की position पे, it's rare. It talks about the person actually. So better है तारीफ करो पीठ पर जिसमें ये नहीं हो कि मुझे क्या इसमें मिलेगा, ताली मिलेगी कि नहीं. So I want to thank Smriti in her absence. She and I have shared a lot of platforms together, undoubtedly. I didn't know when she stood up for me when I was with her. I didn't know why she did. But I want to thank her. I think it's being telecast live again. Somebody must be watching it again. And I hope she is watching it because she found the time, but I found the time. So I want to say that I've heard your earlier two speakers, and I found them very inspiring. And of course, I enjoyed the song sung by Boman Irani. I loved it because I'm a fan of Frank Sinatra and others, and his voice is so much like him. So thank you, friends, for entertaining me before I came. Now I'm also sitting here inspired by one thought which I didn't come prepared with, but I'm going to do it. Since we are on education, I will share with you my little story briefly of how I educated prisoners inside the Tihar jail. And there were 10,000 of them. I had no teachers, etc. I'll come to that story, which I'm keeping at the back of my mind, that since we are in education, how we can create plenty out of sometimes nothing. Nothing. So I'm going to give you this example as time goes by. Now, I'm looking at the time frame. I have an hour? 1 hour? No, I need to stick to an hour. What is the time frame, Amrita? Can you signal me? Yeah. Achha. And we'll also have Q&A in the end. Good. Now signal me 5 minutes before 1 and maybe 10 minutes before 1, they'll come to Tihar story. Okay? Friends, I have few, as I was thinking of preparing for collecting my thoughts for you. In fact, my thoughts started getting collected from the time Mr. Goenka came to invite me home, at home for your invitation. But other things overtook. But yesterday was a very focused day for me to think for you and collect my thoughts, as to say, what is it that from my life I can share with you what works? And what is it that, had it been absent, I wouldn't have been standing here before you? I thought I will give you the story, but it will give you all the right, I think the right practices, because they're still relevant for today. So that's how I thought through. And then I dived into my own library, because I want to tell you, I'm basically a teacher at heart. I started my career as a lecturer in political science in Khalsa College for Women, Amritsar. Because while sitting for the UPSC examination, I had a year and a half to prepare. So while preparing, I went to teach in Amritsar. And then I also did a special commissioner training in Delhi Police. So I trained lots of thousands of policemen to train. So I'm basically and that's how education entered the Tihar jail and actually made it into an ashram. That's how, if you remember, you must have heard the word. What made it an ashram? I'll share with you the idea. So I'm basically a teacher at heart. So I maintain my own documentation of all the good articles I love about education. And when I dived into my documentation, I've discovered 3 very vital messages from that, which I then sent it to Amrita. I said, Amrita, can you please upload it? I want to show you. So in the end, after I've made my presentations as I've thought for you, questions I have for you, reflective thoughts I have for you, I'll show you those 3 slides. So wait on for that. So the thoughts which came to my mind when I started to look at it is, what is it that made the difference in my life as a teenager and made me go that far in my life that keeps me self-reliant, risk-oriented, fearless to some extent. I'm fearless about authority. I don't fear authority. And what is it that went about? And what is it that still gives me the energy and the stamina to go on? The first is question, now that's a question to you, is what did my parents do with me, for me, which even today's teenager needs? Every parent needs. But I want to tell you, the timings of my timings and your current timings are now converging between teacher and the parent. Today, it's no more a parent issue of grooming a child. It's no more only exclusively the Goenka schools issue. It's now Goenka plus parents. The challenges now demand a convergence and a confluence. You need a confluence and a convergence. So what is it that parent and the teacher can come together to do what made things happen for me, some without the teacher, because I had fortunately the parent taking the role. Number 1 question is, what do you do? What do you do with your children or your students when they leave the school? What happens to them? How do they manage their time after the school? Are you aware as a teacher? And as a parent, are you organized to do it? So the parent's role is organizing the time after the school. And the teacher's role can be, if it is possible, it depends on, varies from teacher to teacher, principal to principal, to find out what is my student doing after the school. What do you think about it? I just wish you to reflect. How many of you really know, and are you keen to know, what is your child doing after the school? Or is that none of your business? It's private space. Parents would like us to know. Or would you not like to know how is the time being utilized of the child after the school? I'll tell you what happened with mine. And that's what made me gain dividends and continues to reap rewards for me till now, was tennis. Straight from school, I was on a tennis court. My tennis court was midway between my Sacred Heart School, Amritsar, and my home. It was midway. So I used to break journey every time and go across to the tennis court, where my father was waiting for me to play because he was a very lover of tennis. He loved tennis. So I would join him for tennis, put the bag there, get into my tennis uniform, which my mummy would bring it, but then my mother could bring. Now somebody else could bring, or if mother is not there, I could hang my kit in the classroom there. Was tennis. That means after school, there was a new school. And that was very organized school. That means I never went home searching for company, searching for talk, searching for a friend, searching for let time pass, or watch the television. Then I had the Doordarshan. I had a lot of good movies on that I could watch. There was a television. But no, I had none. I went to tennis, jogged, played, and then graduated. That is from the age of 9. So that means from the age of 9 till I entered the service, there was every evening organized for me. Time management became an investment in my life. So I learned to value time and invest into my life from the age of 9. I learned to measure and get the best out of my time the age of 9. That means I had friends, but now friends have been on the tennis court, friends are in the classroom, now it's me and my growth. So playing combat. So my first question is, do we know? I don't wish you to tell me yes you do or yes you don't. Ask yourselves, and should you do? And if you do, what will happen? Now, I was playing tennis, but the student may be interested in dance. It may be a student interested in music. It may be an instrument or something more creative, maybe in technology, maybe artificial intelligence. How do we organize the child's post-school time? You might say, but the child will have homework to do. Yes, of course, I'm going to come back to that. But every child has the potential, friends, to do something. So find out what is the child's inclination, what's the child's growth, what is the child's need. Follow that. If you follow, and if as a parent, even if both are working, and if one is working, child is very gifted because the child has a parent to take care. It's a gifted. But if both of them are working, then what does the parent do to organize the time of post-school? My first throw challenge to you, if you want your children to be as acclaimed, as recognized, as appreciated, as remembered, as respected, as what you've given to me, your children will get that too. Because when they will grow up and look, the kind of education the school is giving you, and you are making sure the child will make the profession. You don't have to worry. Your professional skills in the school's training and investment is going to make your children, and they're going to go to the universities, make them special. Because the quality of education which is comparatively being given is of very high quality. All the resources being given are high quality. The only difference is, what do? When the teacher is not at home, you are the teacher. The parent now takes over. While they are in school working as mothers, as parents, as fathers and mothers, you now take over the baton and become a teacher mother or a mother teacher. So the moment the mother teacher takes over, a father teacher takes over, your child is invested from the age of 9 till into an activity which the child deserves to get. What if he doesn't get it? What happens? You are into conflict. Television to nahi dekh raha, फालतू में स्क्रीन टाइम तो नहीं कर रहा, आवारागर्दी तो नहीं कर रहा, पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है, किसके पास? So I think that's your first question. I have a question to ask. I want you to reflect. Second is, very important, who is he with? I think the teacher needs to know, if wants to know. Parent must ensure who is the child with. Of course, you won't leave the child. Now it's a teacher. Who is he with? So sometimes you need to be a little more probing to know what's happening to your child post-school, friends. That I'm increasing the dimensions of the role of the teacher, where it's a teacher mother, convergence. It's a collaboration and a convergence. If the teacher and the parent to meet the challenges of today, because today is not just skill. The more you read about leadership, the more it comes back to emotional quotient. The more it comes back to emotional development. And emotional development is happening in the school as well and more at home. So how much each parent is investing, whether it's grandparents, whether it's a very good attendant, the way the child is spending post. So who is he spending time with? Is it a nanny? Is she good? Is she sensible? Is she reliable? All this is very important. My third question was, what kind of communication the child is having with the parent at the evening time? Is there a communication or is there very little communication? Are the parents in confidence? Are they confidants or are they not confidants? My next question. The teacher needs to know, even selectively, even randomly, because the more the teacher the teacher knows, the greater will be the medical growth, or let's say growth mindset of the child, and correction, prevention, and maybe sometimes another kind of development, which may not happen if you don't know. Baad mein pata chala. So friends, this is my second question. What kind of close communication upon? Now when does communication happen? Does the child have his dinner at home and with the parents? Or are the parents busy? Is the dinner, one meal with the child is a must? That is where it became my strength. Where after tennis, we were all exhausted, and the way we all gathered around the table and all had a meal, but we talked about whatever happened during the day. But here with working parents and busy parents, and also screen parents, and also phone parents, and also meetings, and many things online, it's probably, I think that's a line which need to be strengthened, my friends. So what kind of communications and sharing? What kind of sharing is happening? Then what kind of food? Because are we building the health of the child now? Or are we letting him go on junk food or otherwise, and then let problems arise, and then go into correction and the doctors? No. Let's look at the nutrition, the food, what kind of nutrition happens. You see, I'm talking, many will be implementing, and many will not be implementing. This matters, friends. So the sharing, the food, the screen time, who is he doing the homework with? Does he need help? Is he needing help, or are you helping? Some mothers, fathers will be helping. So are you saying, oh ma'am, but the school is over? That's not our problem. That's where you could be different. That's where this school could steal a march ahead. The school continues, but now the school is extended through parents, where there's even a one-on-one dialogue. And if there is a deficiency in the homework, then it needs to be fed. And number two, are tutors coming at that time? If the tutors are coming, why are they coming? Which class subject is the child losing out on? And come back to the teacher and say, why is my student deficient in this? Please take remedial classes. Please take remedial classes for I don't want tutors at home. This is the job of the school to make sure dependence on the tutors is eliminated. To meet the test of if I would do a survey, how many children do you have tutors? And I'll say, well, that's your measurement on the quality of teaching. Because if the teaching was 100% wholesome, then why would the tutor be needed? So therefore, I think it's a very important test where parents and teachers need to share with each other, I am having a tutor for such a subject. Get the child to find out what happened in your class. What did you miss out on so that can be improved? So friends, I'm only raising reflective questions, not casting, not directions. It's thinking, it's reflecting, it's trying to imagine, can I do this better, or can I ignore it? And if I ignore it, it may have consequences over a period. Relationships with siblings is very vital. Is the elder teaching if you are fortunate that you have more than one? Some of us are now going into one-child family. I had only one child. I did not, she could not teach anybody, nobody could teach her. Only I, or if I had the time, or how did I do it? The question is, if you have siblings, is the older child teaching the younger child? is very, very vital, because that's teaching responsibility. That's building a family bond. It's also revising a subject for your student. It's helping. It's a sisterhood, brotherhood, which will be remembered all. So what is the way, what is your sibling relationship? Gratitude. Is your child walking into the kitchen when mommy and daddy are serving, saying, Mom, I will lay the table while you do the cooking, and the other person, rather than only focusing, it's gratitude. How do we talk about gratitude? Children must have gratitude. How will they get the gratitude? It begins from home. And then it comes back to the school of gratitude for the teacher, for the school, for the friends, whoever. A life of gratitude is a happy life. But a life of selfishness is an unhappy life. So friends, if you want children to be happy, teach them gratitude now. Not theoretically, but by practice, where they are grateful to the person who's cooked for them, person who's cleaned for them, person who's helped them, and certainly the parents or the grandparents who've done it for them. A spirit of gratitude. I'm looking at an idea which may be challenging for you. Is why should the children's school homework not get finished while in school? Why should the children take such a big, heavy homework bag home? Why? Can we not create systems and policies by which, even by extension of an hour, children are asked to do your homework, the difficult one. Rest you can do back home. Can we do this? If we do, I think it reduces a lot of pressure and tension back home. Because homework karo pehle, ye nahi karo pehle, homework karo pehle, ye mujhe nahi aata hai, mujhe tutor leke do, ye online karo, usse baat karo. This jhagda hota hai, kisi jagah hota hai. So if we can take this hour, an hour for homework, because you got extracurricular activities, you got creativity at home. What about homework at school? An hour, just as you said, the reading hour. We sometimes have a reading hour, which you do. And some schools have a reading hour or a library hour, but a reading hour. What about a homework hour? So if we can handle that, it might be considered, maybe as a policy, Mr. Goenka, if it is a policy issue, is homework hour, which means an hour extended, which also means teacher stays back an hour more. But your children are also in the school, so they're also finishing the homework. So it's a gain situation. But if other schools copy Goenkas, well, then everybody's benefiting. So an hour for the school, which could probably lead to something like the day school, where boarding schools is taken care of, but the day school doesn't care of, because by the time the child is home, there's nobody at home with working parents. And who does the child go to? How does he do? So I was trying to reduce the tension and pressure from home to say, finish the difficult subject you have in this 1 hour, ask for help now before you go back. So the rest of the work can be done at home, which is quite easy. Can this be considered? I'm already suggesting certain ideas for consideration. You may accept it, you may not. But as I said, I'm a teacher at heart. I'm only putting in those answers. If I were a teacher, or I was a principal of a school, what is it that I can do better? And I tell you, if I were a principal of a school, I would not make children go to home without homework done. So, homework khatam karo, फिर घर जाओ. और कहीं तो बैग भी छोड़ जाओ. बैग लेके जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. ये लो 2 किताबें पढ़ के आना. होमवर्क खत्म. ये लो 2 किताबें पढ़ के आना. तो this is very, very vital. If we can find out that way, fine. Nothing better. The children would love you for it. अब तो जाके मम्मी डैडी के साथ खेलेंगे या मम्मी डैडी के साथ सैर भी कर सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. So we can have, that means you giving more family time to the children, which they wouldn't get because they'll be worried, immediately homework karna hai, and they're losing out on a relationship and communications with parents. So try and consider this. These are questions I had for you, only to see how you can team up. Now, how much time is left? I'll tell you the Tihar story. Okay, enough time. Now let me take you to a story of how I educated 10,000 prisoners inside the prison. There was no teacher I had. There was no budget I had in education. I had no books. I had no stationery. I had nothing of that infrastructure. And as it is, government servants' tenures are very limited. They're limited. You never know when you pulled out the next day, just as I did get pulled out when things were going very strong. I was pulled out because the things didn't want to get stronger. And stronger would have been a big challenge for the government. So they said, isko abhi nikalo before, because Max's award to aa gaya tha. Ab kahin aur na aa jaye, bula lo wapas. That's how unnecessary. It's not the government. It's the individuals in the government who become little uncomfortable with individual growths. So I'll tell you how it happened. When I went to the prison, nobody was bothered because it was considered as now, no see, no hear, no problem, lock her up. So I was posted as locked up behind the big doors. And within the big doors, there was a township. There was a municipality of sick people, mentally sick, mentally depressed, angry, unhappy, revengeful, and accusatorial. They were waiting to get out to take revenge for them. They were looking for the next victim. Badla. Aapas mein bhi jhagda. And then they were all increasing their own empires. Main hu one, so I would have 10 more chor. One thief, 10 more thief. I make a gang, so when I come out. So when I went in as a teacher. And for the teacher, the first thing is always, how can I do better? How can I bring relief to who I am? How can I make lives better and easier for them? How can I give society back? Now that's your role. How can I give the society back a valuable asset and not a revengeful person? Like how can you as a teacher and a principal give a child, a student, which will be an asset to the world, where it stands out and outstanding. So question is, how does he contribute? How do I make him a contributory person, a person of value? Thief aaya tha, dhul ke jayega. So my whole thought was to dry clean the system. But dry clean doesn't happen without the mind dry cleaning. So it was a mind management inside the prison. So now how does mind management happen? It starts with education. It starts with reading. It starts with listening. It starts with understanding. It starts with reflection. It starts with inner ethical therapies. So, and it needs a teacher. That's what you are all for. Transformative. So you are here for transformative humanity. So I was also there for transformative humanity. You got brilliant children, keen to learn, and I had angry, aggressive, revengeful students. If I would go to the government say we don't have any budget for a teacher. And by the time they would have, okay, posts for 10 posts, 11 posts, by the time they come, it will be time for me to go. So what I did was, found out educated prisoners from the prison. Those who were graduates, masters, qualified, educated. So I didn't ask them, tune crime kya kiya? I looked at the data and got the graduates out, masters out, maybe even past teachers out, the lawyers out, the professionals out who were educated, and made a teacher's panchayat. So made a teacher's panchayat for every barrack, and designated the time from 9 to 11 as school time for Tihar jail. So every 9 o'clock, they will be all in a classroom. Classroom what? I didn't have classrooms. They were all under the trees. Tihar mein, you have many, many open grounds, and we started to make them sit down on the ground level and have classes. And same teachers were allocated. Now the teachers were allocated to run the classes. Where do the books come from? Where does the syllabus come from? Where did the course come from? We designed it as all of us together, saying, is class ko kakhaga, and blackboards come, the chalk come. We had the carpentry, we made blackboards. We had the persons to make the chalk, we made chalk inside. So whatever we could do ourselves, we did. We never thought, we never said, ye nahi hai to nahi kar sakte. Ye hai, karna hai, kahan se karna hai. Ab books nahi hai mere paas. Ab books to main nahi create kar sakti na. I made an appeal to all Delhi schools. I wrote appeals to many Delhi schools. Some principals I had met before for their certain functions, and some I had not. But I sent an open letter to the principals of Delhi schools. Please donate me your used school books. I want used school books of every class. And believe it, I had godowns full of all class schoolrooms. Class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had class godowns. Now what we do? The primary gets a primary bag. The middle gets a middle bag. The others get the secondary bag. So bags were now issued to the prisoners. So they all had a bag. Can you believe it? When I used to walk the prison, they had a bag. They had a sling bag. And they loved the bag they had. Because the bag was now because some bags were very nice. And some bags were very interesting. And one day, 500 people used to leave the prison every day. And other 500 would go and come, bailed out, acquitted, etc., discharged. 500 go. 500 come, new ones come. But these 500 would take the bag along. And my prisoner staff said, "Ma'am, वो तो सारे बैग ले जा रहे हैं." मैंने कहा, ले जाने दो, ताकि वो जाकर दिखाएं, मैं वहां पढ़ के आया हूं, क्राइम सीख के नहीं आया, पढ़ाई करके आया हूं. कई तो अनपढ़ थे, अंगूठा लगा के आए थे, वो साइन करके गए एंड में. They wrote and they signed the signature. How did we do this? When the leader of an education institution starts looking at the problem as a self-solving problem, that they are the solution, if they've identified a problem, they are the first solution provider. Or best is consult, take guidance, take counseling, go back to your administration saying, I have an issue, I need a solution. It's very important as leaders, I used to look for. And then when I used to walk now, as teachers, walking around the classrooms. When you walk around the classroom, sit on the last bench and see how the teacher is teaching. And go back as a student. I did that. I used to go classroom to classroom, barrack to barrack, 9 to 11. I used to check, आज examination day, exam लो. तो अच्छा exam ले रहे, जो भी सीखा है लिखो. So after that, I saw the registers. They were all maintaining attendance registers. Attendance registers were meant. And in that, they would write P for present. And one day I saw B. I said, ये B क्या है? ये madam बीमार है. So even the B was written as बीमार, friends. This is how it was. So then what would I do? बीमार. अच्छा बीमार? कौन सी barrack में? Madam उस barrack में. I would go walking the barrack to see मस्करी तो नहीं कर रहा, झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा. और मैं उसका हाथ लगा के देखती थी, बुखार है, तो डॉक्टर क्यों नहीं आया? तो चल, then I would call the doctor, and doctor would attend to him and give him the medicine. That care, as a mother, as a parent, as an administrator, is all woven in one role. And every time one person was taken care of, friends, it spread all over in the village of Tihar. And now they started to call it the ashram. That ma'am, ये आश्रम है, पढ़ाई के बिना नहीं आश्रम बनता. But in the books, we also had Diamond Publishers and many other publishers giving us books they didn't need. I had many Amrit Chitra Kathas and all these, and we used to give them Amrit Chitra Kathas, stories padho. See how you were doing? You were replacing a negative thought with a positive thought which they're picking up from the books. So friends, I was thinking, this is how we turned it around from 4 libraries only then. We had 25 libraries in the barracks where even when they would stop, those not a penny spent. What is my message? Do not give away. First of all, your children should not give away used school books. Keep them safely. Why? Because you're going to need them. These books are very valuable. They've got real basic general knowledge in them. When we were preparing for the UPSC, we were looking for NCERT books because the basic ground knowledge is in these NCERT books and the basic books. You should keep them so that you can, when your children are waiting for competitive examinations, if they are, those of them interested, go back to your own books, go back to your own notes, because that's basic GK, general knowledge, and that you will remember, oh, my teacher taught me in this way, in this visualization way, or they took me to an adventure to see what is happening. So friends, this is what I would think, this is the way we brought in all the books. So this is, after that, it didn't stop here. I added spirituality to this too. Spirituality is not to be a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. It is to be a very good human being. It's to be grateful, to be kind, to be compassionate, to be helpful, to be honest, to be polite, to be caring. This is all the qualities which will make them all startups and or unicorns. Not without this. Without this emotional basis, they will not be happy with all the money they will earn. You want them to be happy with the money they earn? They have to be honest, character oriented, and all these qualities emotional. Remember, but this is taught while in school, but has to be reinforced when you go back home. And that's where the role of the parent teacher comes. Teacher parent, parent teacher. So this is the convergence, friends. So we should have spiritual discourses. Brahma Kumaris would come. How do you have a spiritual discourse? You can look at it. Spiritual discourses is never late. In fact, the earlier you begin, the better. Because then the humility will come much earlier. Gratitude will come much earlier. Service and volunteering will come earlier. The volunteering, the richer you are, more grounded you be. The more... I was talking of even financial literacy. If you're wealthy, your children, give them a fixed pocket money and not a penny more. Not a penny more. And if he does, that means you need to sort this out. Because if you're going to make him either overspending, or even if you're giving a pocket money, say this is your pocket money, you will save this much, you will spend this much, and this much you will donate. So if you add donation and saving, now you're giving them financial prudence. Today you're dealing with hundreds. Tomorrow you will be dealing with crores. The same policy will go up to the crore issue. So we brought in spiritual discourses where these people came, and of course they gave up smoking. Many prisoners gave up smoking after that. How much time is left? Huh? You still have? Okay, now I'll give you another story. How did I take smoking away from the prison? Because we talked about smoke. It's a very challenging story and not very much known in detail. And that too, why did I take away smoking from the prison? Because it was causing a lot of tuberculosis in the prison. Because there was passive smoking when the barrack was locked up, and they would smoke each other. And in the morning, whatever my medical budget was there in the prison was spent on the tuberculosis treatment. So what do I do with the rest? So we decided to do a survey. In the prison, survey करो, कितने लोग क्योंकि कैंटीन में सिगरेट बिकती थी, तो सर्वे करते हैं कि इनमें से कितने लोग स्मोकिंग चाहते हैं बंद हो जाए और कितने लोग स्मोकिंग रखना चाहते हैं. Can you believe the result? Can you believe? Anybody's guess what was the result? Anybody's guess? I'll give you that shawl. Anybody's guess? It was 50-50. 50% said we want smoking, and the 50% said no smoking. So how do you toss the coin? That's a difficult portion for an administrator when it's absolutely equally balanced. That's a decision, that's a test of an administrator, or who could be a dictator, administrator who decides what you do. And that's a risk, that's a courage. And at that time, I never went back to my home department and say, may I do it? That was the right thing to do for me as Inspector General. It's my duty to do, because the manual said it. Manual said policies of the institution are decided by the Inspector General. When it said Inspector General, I stopped at that and never went back to my Home Secretary. So I said, can I do it? It's Inspector General. So we had a team meeting, and everybody was of the view, ma'am, करनी पड़ेगी, तो बहुत बीमारी है, बहुत गंदगी फैल रही है, and it's unbearable when we open the barracks. One day, evening prayer, when I went after the spiritual discourse, after the spiritual prayers, they all used to go back to the barracks. We used to sing, "Ay Malik tere bande hum, aise ho hamare karam, नेकी पर चले." तो हम लोग ये प्रार्थना करके उनको वापस बैरकों में भेज देते थे. वो उठा ही नहीं एक जना मैंने प्रार्थना की, मैं इधर खड़ी थी, वो इधर खड़े थे, इधर बैठे थे, वो उठे ही नहीं. मैंने कहा 6 बज गए हैं, सनसेट तक तुमको जाना है, चलो उठो, चलो बैरकों में. नहीं मैडम, हम नहीं आज जाएंगे, अब हम यहीं रहेंगे, आप हमको पंखे से लटके हुए देखोगे. मैडम हम नहीं, हमको तो आपने हमारी महबूबा ले ली. मैंने कहा तुम्हारी महबूबा क्या है? वो हमारी बीड़ी थी, हमारी सिगरेट तो हमारी महबूबा थी मैडम. तो क्या महबूबा तुम्हारे तो कैंसर कर रही थी, ये कैसी महबूबा है जो तुम्हें बीमार कर रही है? कोई बात नहीं मैम, अब जिंदगी में कितना बच गया है, इतना ही काफी. So this is the first time they were replying back to me, and we were a few of us, and it was winter time, and I start to go around. What do I do with them? How can I push them back? There's so many of them. And if they don't go, and it's sunset coming, we have to do the counting, and they have to go back to the barrack. It's a rule. I cannot violate this rule, sunset beyond. I cannot keep them out after sunset. So all I friends, that is where my upbringing of courage, adventure, stamina, risk-taking, competitive spirit, tennis matches, playing with the boys, it didn't matter, or getting problems sorted out, came back. See, that was home and school, both combined. That you never know what you are sowing, it's the seeds you are sowing in your children, when do they fruition? You never know, friends. ओ दिखता नहीं, इसको कुछ सब कुछ है, इसे सुन लिया है, पता नहीं कब इसका फल उठाई. I reap the rewards of that stamina, that courageous decision making, fearlessness. Then, so I waded into the crowd. I said, chalo, 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 सब जन चलो, हलो. And when I walked in, my other staffs joined me. उठो, चलो, शाबाश, बहुत अच्छा, तू तो बड़ा चंगा लड़का है, चलो, उठो. So ऐसे से करते करते we pushed them. We pushed and we pushed. I don't know where our strength came from, but we were few and there were many. But we pushed them. And we pushed them back into the barrack. Now we couldn't put them into the barrack, but we put them into the barrack where the main door could shut. So we put them in. And then we all wondered कि अब उन्होंने कहा रात को मैम पंखे से लटके देखोगे. अब मैंने सोचा अरे भला करते करते ये तो मेरा ही, मैं ही पंखे से लट रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं घबराई नहीं. मैंने अपने स्टाफ को बोला आज हम यहीं सोएंगे, आज हम यहीं सोएंगे, कहीं नहीं कोई घर जाएगा, और रात को अलर्ट रहेंगे. So friends, we spent the night inside the prison, and fortunately night passed. Morning April came. I didn't go back to the prison. Didn't go back to the same prison, same people. No, they didn't see me. I let the staff go, opened, things were okay. But by the time in the morning, we had juice shops. We had Somf coming in, Somf, juice, fruits, lot of fruits coming in. We arranged fruits and juice and counselors, doctor counselors. So इनसे बात करो, इनको juice पिलाओ, इनको मीठी सौंफ खिलाओ, क्योंकि इनकी addiction टूट रही है. Because that too was an addiction. So we gave them some, all the alternate to chew. So we gave them, friends, 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days passed. But we were in the prison for the next 4 to 5 days. I was personally, and so were my staff for the next 2 weeks. And one day, the message came from the prisoners, ma'am, आप हमारे से नाराज हैं, हमें मिलने आओ. We used to have a free feedback box there, which used to send me a lot of interesting. The story of these is, friends, in the book. It's always possible. In fact, your children should read such books. You should make these books, make them read, because these are live experiences during their lifetime. And they can be proud of this Indian situation, which it's never happened anywhere else in the world. And that is how prison became a no-smoking zone. And not only Tihar became a no-smoking zone, all prisons in India became no-smoking zones, and smoking was taken away. So, but we looked after them, and they called me and I said, ma'am, हमें नाराज, आप हमें मिलने आओ. तब गई मैं उनके पास. Then उनसे माफ़ी मांगी उन्होंने मेरे से, हमसे गलती हो गई, आपने तो हमें जीवन दान वापस दिया. Lot more happened, friends. And then came the meditation programs which we brought in, the Vipassana, which is world's largest meditation program. So why am I telling you this story? Whatever is groomed as a foundation by a parent or a teacher stays with you. So never ever imagine a good training given to a child, पता नहीं इसके काम आएगा कि नहीं, ज़रूर काम आएगा. उसकी तकलीफ, उसको तकलीफ जब दी है ना, उसके काम आएगी. कंफर्ट जोन से हटाने की उसके काम आएगी. उस वक्त कहेगा बड़ी धूप लगवाती थी, बड़ी गर्मी करी, मुझे ये तकलीफ किया, मेरे डैडी, बड़े मामा डैडी बड़े क्रूअल है. बाद में कहेंगे सही किया, तब अगर वो नहीं करते तो आज मैं ये नहीं जीतती, ना सीखती, ना इतना नाम कमाती, आज मैं इतने बढ़िया काम पे ना होती, आज मुझे इतनी तारीफ ना मिलती, आज मैं इतनी कामयाब ना होती। माँ बाप चले जाते हैं, लेकिन जो माँ बाप सिखाते हैं तकलीफ में भी और अपने आप को कुर्बानी करके भी, बिना सैक्रिफाइस। फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स हैव दो स्लाइड्स। कैन आई हैव दो स्लाइड्स? It will speak for themselves. It's just the perfect setting for it. So if you see these, everywhere it is a parent coming back.
So I was brought home, handed up to my dad in his arm, and the tradition was, okay, the father is supposed to recite a prayer in the baby's ear, welcoming the baby and put in some good words, you know. So he takes me in his arm, puts his lips to my ear and recites rhythms. He did dhagitati, dhagitati, kirdadati, and my mother was livid. She said, what are you doing? You're supposed to say, prayers, not these rhythms. And he said, but these are my prayers. This is how I pray. He said, I am the worshipper of Goddess Saraswati, Lord Ganesha. And this is a devout Muslim talking. And this is the knowledge or vidya I got from my teachers. And I want to pass it on to my son. He is going to do exactly this. So why not start him early and give him these prayers? So I was brought home.
This is one slide I had it for you. Back to the Father. Back to the Father and back to a prayer. Father is gone. So is he gone. But while he was around, who was he remembering? He remembers something like this as well. It settled in his mind as to what is the vocation for him? What is the passion? And he fell in love with it. And see how much he made us fall in love with him. And to the whole world. It was because it began here. Let's see the next one. Can you read it? Let me read. Can you read it? Can I get the mic? Let me read it for you. A youngster asked his father, how did you people live before with no access to technology, no aeroplanes, no internet, no computers, no dramas, no televisions, no air conditioners, no mobile phones? Let's see what the father said. Father said, just like your generation lives today, no prayers, no compassion, no honor, no respect, no character, no shame, no modesty, no time planning, no sports, no reading. I thought all these things need to be brought in. कि जैसे वो देते थे, prayers have to come back to homes. Libraries must be in every home. Instead of a bar, have a library. Have a prayer room. Instead of a bar, have a prayer room. I've seen in many houses, there's a bar, beautiful bar. But there's no prayer room and there's no library. There's no even cupboard for the books. So what is the vibration which you're giving to the child? Either he will take to it or he will change it when he grows up. Let's see the third one and the last one. I asked a wise man, tell me, sir, he says, in which field could I make a great career? He said with a smile, be a good human being. There is a lot of opportunity in this area and very little competition. So there's no competition, try that. Just as I've had no competition in many ways. I've had no competition in certain respects. True, I didn't do it for that. But it happened. It happened. There's no competition. Loving the downtrodden like this and serving, what did I lose? I gained. So friends, but where did I learn it from? I learned it from my school, my teachers, my books, and my parents, and my grandparents. So friends, we all have to converge, come together, teachers and parents, work together, know your child, take each other's help, support each other, consult each other, because you have only one goal: to make humanity, make lives. You are here to build humanity, and every child has the potential here to make the difference in humanity, because you're gifted. You're already blessed. You're gifted, you're at the right place. You're getting the right resources. So if you wouldn't do it, then who would do it? And this is in the hands of parents and the administrative teachers. Thank you so much for giving me the honor of and listening to me. You have time for questions? I'm open.
We extend our sincere gratitude to you, ma'am. Your inspiring journey, your optimistic outlook, your immense wisdom have truly inspired us, and you've given us so much food for thought. Could we have a big round of applause for Dr. Kiran Bedi?
Thank you. You have time
we-
for questions? Or you
Ma'am,
have
would it be okay if we...
up to you.
All right, one question.
One question time only left, is it? Oh,
Ma'am, okay.
how sad. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You're from Chandigarh, you said.
Chandigarh से my journal home is from Chandigarh. I'm working with GD Goenka Dwarka.
हाँ, lovely.
मैम मेरा सवाल ये है कि जैसे मैं टीनेजर्स को पढ़ाती हूँ, सो आज मैं देखती हूँ कि मेरे ज़्यादातर बच्चे ऐसे जो सॉन्ग्स हैं उनसे इंस्पायर होते हैं, वो अपनी लाइफस्टाइल बनाना चाहते हैं जहाँ पे बंदूकों की आवाज़ें होती हैं या बहुत लिकर को प्रमोट किया जाता है. तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं अपने बच्चों को इन चीज़ों से दूर लेके जाऊँ ताकि वो एक अच्छे इंसान बन सके. सो इसके लिए कुछ सजेशन दीजिए.
सोचो शाम को क्या करना है, स्कूल के बाद क्या करना है. हाँ, उनका प्लान बनाओ. स्कूल के बाद क्या करना है, वीकेंड में क्या करना है, छुट्टियों में जब पेरेंट्स के साथ जाते तो क्या करना है. ये सब प्लानिंग जरूरी है.
बिल्कुल मैम.
इवन वीकेंड की भी प्लानिंग जरूरी है. और हॉलिडे सिर्फ शॉपिंग के लिए नहीं, रोम जाना या पेरिस जाना या एम्स्टरडैम जाना. गो टू स्पिरिचुअल म्यूजियम्स, नेचर, ऑल दीज आर नेचर, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, नॉलेज, हिस्ट्री. वहां लेके जाओ. जब तक आप डाइवर्ट नहीं करोगे टेंशन, तो यही तो करेंगे. समय है, इधर नेगेटिविटी में ले जाओ या पॉजिटिविटी, बट कैच इट अर्ली, ताकि करेक्शन बाद में मुश्किल है. अगर अर्ली ले जाओगे तो वही गाने गाएंगे, अगर लेट जाओगे तो वो झूठी मूठी गाएंगे वो भी. देन दे विल डिफाई यू. So the earlier you catch, the better, but correction must begin if you identify. That means you need to create an environment which is corrective according to you, but steadily. So go steady, but steadily but surely, and persistently.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm from Amritsar. So, ma'am, we have heard lots of stories of your dare and all. I just wanted to ask that we had heard one incident wherein you had stopped the car of a prime minister when it had crossed the red light. So, is it true?
Yes, it's true, but it's true.
No, ma'am, that is very inspiring. So, I just thought that, I'll ask you. So, we have been sharing this story with all our students. Thank
Yes,
you.
it's true.
Yeah,
That's
thank
a fact.
you.
The point is, it was a policy in every institution I ran. Policy, shared policy. After that, don't come back to me for it. For the right thing, don't have to take my approval. Go and do it. I'll be backing you. So this is what he did. My officer challaned that car, and he said, "Hun ki karna hai?" I said, "Shabash."
Ma'am, that is actually very inspiring. So, thank you.
Do that. Policy, declare the policy and back up the policy and be behind that policy through thick and thin. But if the consequences come, then bear it. Because you're the policy maker. And then you be the front. That's the way to do it. That's what happened. Thank you.
Thank you.
You wanted, sir? You had a question? The one on the last seat? No. Okay. Yes, sir.
Mic, please, for sir. Ma'am, they're getting a mic.
Obviously, we are very inspired by what you did at Tihar Jail. The school was compulsory for everybody to attend, or was it optional for all? And how did you manage that?
Oh, by walking myself. Every day, Hazri dekhni hai. Oh, you see, they love the love. I'm doing out of love. Am I doing it out of something for me? No, I'm doing it for you. They knew, ये जो मैम कर रही है, अब तक हमारे माँ बाप ने भी नहीं किया. So they loved it. And they were grateful now. And I patted them, I cared for them, I brought clothing for them, I brought rewards for them, and I gave them the smiles and the hugs wherever it was required. So that was required. When I'm hugging a poor man and who doesn't even think who he is, who doesn't even know who he is, but he's being cared, I think he loves it. And that's love spreads. And when love spreads, you then thrive on love. It's not compulsion. It's not mandatory. But ये मेरा भले के लिए, मैम नहीं, किसी ने एक ने भी विद्रोह नहीं किया, मैं क्यों पढ़ूं? मैं क्यों पढ़ूं? अरे तू अपने भले के लिए पढ़ रहा है, नहीं पढ़, अच्छा अच्छा क्लास के पीछे बैठ जा. ऐसा एक भी उदाहरण नहीं आया. They were hungry to be educated. I think they were hungry to be loved. They were hungry to be cared. This is children are always hungry to be loved and hugged. So just keep doing that. Of course they need steering too, but it's like the tough love. Balance it as Sunil Dutt did for his son. Tough love. Yes. Vipassana today is running in many prisons around the world, and there's a film called Doing Time, Doing Vipassana. Vipassana is all inward looking, where you start reflecting within yourself. So what's going on in your minds? What kind of thoughts are crossing? You don't remove those thoughts, you watch your thoughts. So when you meditate in Vipassana, you are just being with your thoughts and not cursing you, कि गड़ी गंदी thought आई है. You are not also very happy, but badi changi thought aayi. You just observe your thoughts, and gradually the traffic in your mind starts getting dim. See, because you're not adding more traffic. When you add more traffic? Through your five senses. The noise, the sea, the heat, the tree. All your five senses are sensories. Indriya. So indriya are clut. Eyes are shut. You are not eating anything, you are not speaking anything, you are not listening anything. So indriyas are, your five senses are not sending any more traffic to the brain. So whatever is going in the brain, you are observing it. And gradually it thins out, the traffic thins out, because there's no traffic jam anymore. So meditation is nothing but self-observation. So what is happening with me? So what happens is, with practice, you are actually clearing the traffic jam in your head. By practice. By practice you learn. They were put to practice, and there were certain retreats. It had 100% impact. I'll tell you a story of a Norwegian. When he did this program, he did this program, he went to the court and pleaded guilty. The court said, why are you pleading guilty? He said, yes, because I've done a course, I want to set myself free now. And he said, but sir, I have something to say. And the lawyer's telling me, don't tell them, but I want to say, you are convicting me for 5 kgs of cocaine. I had 10. And he said, do you know, you get the punishment? He said, I've already set free, because I'm out of that traffic jam. Please set me free from within. I plead guilty, punish me, so I can go back to my programs. So, can you believe it? He was declared guilty for 10 years. Look how nature worked. President of Norway visited India. And do you know what? He pleaded to the president of, which is a true story. Andre Gazia uska naam hai. And he came and he met the president of, our president, pleaded for pardon for this man. Because he was convicted now. Had he not pleaded guilty, he wouldn't have been convicted. He was convicted. After conviction, you can get the pardon. So do you know, our President of India pardoned him. And he went back to Oslo. And he's working there. So this is the kind of effect it had. Had I not done the Vipassana, I would have not further sent them dry cleaned. Yeah, he has a hand.
That'll be the last question, please.
Okay.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Whoever has the mic.
Whoever I know.
Namaskar, ma'am. Dr. Neha Sharma.
Yeah.
सिर्फ एक छोटी सी चीज़ पूछनी है जो शायद यहाँ काफ़ी लोग जानना चाह रहे होंगे। आपकी आज तक की ये जो सारी सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं जिसमें जो एनर्जी है, जो कन्विक्शन है, is it something that comes from within that you have, or what is your driving force? How you kind of, keep yourself so much doing whatever you are doing, and till date, like be it Navjyoti Foundation, be it anything, you are continuously inspiring millions. So what is that driving force that keeps you on track all the time?
मैं भी अपने आप से पूछती हूँ कि कहाँ से आती है। जब तक आती जाती है चलते चलेंगे, जब चली जाएगी तो थैंक यू। अब ये इनविटेशन मैंने तो नहीं कहा था मुझे बुलाओ, आप अपने आप आए थे ना। और आप जैसे घर आए और बुलाया, और वो भी अमृता को भी लेकर आए, उसको तो मैं ना कर ही नहीं सकती थी, लेकिन इसीलिए लाए उसको। नहीं, ये सब कुदरती है। बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटीज अपने आप आती हैं, तो मैं भी सोचती हूँ कहाँ से आ रही हैं, लेकिन आंसर यही है, जब तक मैं भेज रहा हूँ चलते चलो, जिस दिन नहीं होगा चले जाएंगे। जाने की भी कोई डर नहीं, और जब है तो जब तक ऊर्जा है चलते जाओ। सेवा भाव ही तो है, बांटी तो रहे। और मेरा ग्रेटिट्यूड भी है कि आपने मुझे मौका दिया अपनी दिल की बातें दिखाने।
Ma'am, we are completely mesmerized and captivated.
Let's have her last, poor girl.
Right, sure. Ma'am, could
She
you...
was determined to, she kept standing.
I know. She wasn't willing to give up the mic also. Please, ma'am.
You got that. Pleasure talking to you, Dr. Bedi. And I have two questions for you. One is that when you did stop the car of the Prime Minister and you realized that you have done the right thing,
Yeah.
and it will have consequences, what was going in your mind at the time?
I was very happy. I lived up to my own expectations.
And then, ma'am, after it, what were the non-confidential consequences of doing it? Doing the right thing in the right time?
Why take them in the stride?
But there were
Let it come.
consequences.
That may have its own opportunity. I have considered all my postings as opportunities with a blessing.
So you did have consequences.
Oh, they were consequences, but I'm very happy with the consequences because they became more opportunities.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.